Kids who were raised by their siblings, how did it turn out? I was 8 when Dad left for cigarettes and never came back. My sister Maya was 15, already juggling school and her weekend job at the diner. Mom worked 3 jobs, but spent her paychecks on lottery tickets and wine. The night Maya found me eating cereal with water because we had no milk, everything changed. Pack your school clothes, she whispered, stuffing her tips into an envelope. We're getting our own place. Maya dropped out of high school to work full-time. She told everyone she was taking a gap year, but I knew the truth. Our studio apartment had a broken heater, so she'd wrap me in her own jacket while walking to school, arriving at work in just a thin sweater. I remember finding her resume in the trash. She'd applied to community college but threw it away when she calculated the costs. When I asked why, she smiled and said, "College will always be there. You won't be 8 forever." During parent-teacher conferences, Maya would borrow clothes from her friend to look older. Teachers never questioned it. When I needed school supplies, she'd work extra shifts, coming home with paint-stained fingers from her second job at the hardware store. One Christmas, I woke up to a pile of presents. Maya had saved for months, working 16-hour days. Later, I found her eating plain rice for dinner, while I enjoyed the expensive cereal she'd bought me. When I offered to share, she claimed she was on a special diet. At 13, I started getting into trouble, skipping classes, hanging with the wrong crowd. Maya didn't yell. Instead, she sat me down and said, "I gave up my childhood so you could have yours. Don't waste it." Her words hit harder than any punishment could. When I turned 16, Maya surprised me with a car. Nothing fancy, but it ran. I later discovered she'd been walking 4 miles to work every day for 4 months to save the money, telling me her friend was giving her rides. High school graduation came, and I had offers from several colleges. Maya beamed with pride, but I noticed the dark circles under her eyes had deepened. She was 23 and looked 30. "I'm taking a gap year," I announced. "Maybe work, save some money first." Maya's face went white. "Absolutely not. You're going to college this fall. But the costs are not your problem," she snapped, then softened. "I didn't sacrifice my dreams so you could sacrifice yours." That night, I heard her crying through the thin walls, the first time in 10 years. College was hard, but Maya's weekly care packages kept me going. She'd include little notes, "Future CEO needs brain food," or "Don't forget us little people when you're famous." I called her every Sunday, and she'd always sound cheerful, asking about my classes, my friends, my life. During my junior year, I came home for a surprise visit and found Maya collapsed on the couch, burning with fever. The apartment was freezing. She'd been choosing between heat and my textbook money. I rushed her to the hospital, where doctors said she had pneumonia from overwork and stress. Sitting in that hospital room, watching my sister sleep with an IV in her arm, I made a decision. I graduated summa cum laude and immediately got hired at a tech startup. My signing bonus was more money than Maya had ever seen, but instead of celebrating, I had other plans. Last week, I took Maya to look at houses in the neighborhood she'd always admired. When we walked into a beautiful 3-bedroom home with a garden, I handed her the keys. "It's yours," I said, watching her confused expression. Maya started crying, shaking her head. "I can't accept this. It's too much. For 15 years, you gave me everything," I said, pulling her into a hug. "You gave me your childhood, your dreams, your health. This old age house isn't a gift. It's a debt I'll never fully repay."